Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about Ballon d'Or, one of the prestigious awards in sports history. How are the winners decided? In 2024, the first year the Ballon d'Or are co-organized by UEFA and Group Amaury, owner of the France Football Awards, are voted on in 8 categories, in addition to the Gerd Müller Award for the year's top scorer and the Humanitarian Socrates Award. The reference period for all awards covers the entire season from August to the following August, including international competitions. Here we say Euros, AFCON, Copa America, and the Olympics. And of course, in the year of the World Cup is included. Men's and Women's Ballon d'Or. The Ballon d'Or rewards the best male and female players in the world, without distinction of championship or nationality. The Ballon d'Or is awarded based on 3 main criteria: individual performances, decisive and impressive character, team performances and achievements. Number 3, class and fair play. The Ballon d'Or is awarded by an international jury of specialized journalists, with one representative per country, from the top 100 of the latest FIFA rankings before the lists are published for men and the top 50 for women. Each juror selects 10 players in descending order of merit from a list of 30 established by editorial staff of France Football. Members of the editorial staff of L'Equipe, the best juror from the previous edition, Costa Rica for the men's Ballon d'Or, South Africa for the women's Ballon d'Or, and UEFA ambassadors Luis Figo for the men's trophy and Nadine Kessler for the women's trophy. The 10 selected players are awarded 15, 12, 10, 8, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1 point respectively. The Ballon d'Or is awarded to the player with the highest number of points. In case of a tie, the players are separated by the number of first place votes. If the tie remains, they're separated by the number of second place votes, then by the number of third place votes, and so on. And dispute arising from the voting is decided by the editor-in-chief of France Football as the organizer. Now, let's talk about the Copa Trophy. The Copa Trophy rewards the best player under the age of 21 as of 31 July 2024, without distinction the championship or nationality. The Copa Trophy is awarded based on 3 main criteria too: individual performances, decisive and impressive character, team performances and achievements, and of course, class and fair play. The winner is chosen by a grand jury composed exclusively of Ballon d'Or winners. Selects 3 players from a list of 10 nominees established by the editorial staff of France Football, members of the editorial staff of L'Equipe, the best juror from the previous edition and UEFA ambassador, Luis Figo. The 3 selected players are awarded 5, 3, and 1 point. The trophy is awarded to the player with the highest number of points. In case of a tie, the players are separated by the number of first place votes. If the tie remains, they are separated by the number of second place votes. Any dispute is decided by the editor-in-chief of France Football as the organizer. And the other one is Yashin Trophy. The Yashin Trophy rewards the best goalkeeper without distinction of championship or nationality. The trophy is awarded based on 3 main criteria. Number 1, individual performances, decisive and impressive character. Number 2, team performances and achievements. And number 3, of course, class and fair play. The Yashin Trophy is awarded by an international jury of specialized journalists, with 1 representative per country, from the top 100 in the latest FIFA rankings before the lists are published. Each juror selects 3 players from a list of 10 nominees established by the editorial staff of France Football, members of the editorial staff of L'Equipe, the best juror from the previous edition and UEFA ambassador, Luis Figo. The 3 selected players are awarded 5, 3, and 1 point. The trophy is awarded to the player with the highest number of points. In case of a tie, the players are separated by the number of first place votes. If the tie remains, They are separated by the number of second-place votes. Any dispute arising from the voting is decided by the editor-in-chief of France Football as the organizer. Another one is Coach of the Year trophies. These awards recognize the best coach, club or national team, of a men's team, and the best coach of a club or national team of women's team, without distinction of championship or country. The trophies are awarded based on several criteria to be considered in their entirety, such as the quality of the team's play, titles won, leadership, tactical skills, the ability to optimize the performances of players, to reveal young talents, as well as to exceed reasonable objectives, respect, and fair play. The trophies are awarded by the international jury of specialized journalists, the men's Ballon d'Or jury for the coach of men's team and women's Ballon d'Or jury for the coach of women's team. Each juror selects 2 coaches in descending order of merit from a list previously established by the editorial staff of France Football. Members of the editorial staff of L'Equipe, the best juror from the previous edition, and UEFA ambassadors Luis Figo for the coach of a men's team and Nadine Kessler for the coach of a women's team. The 2 selected coaches are awarded 2 and 1 points. The trophy is awarded to the coach with the highest number of points. In case of a tie, the coaches are separated by the number of first-place votes. Any dispute is decided by editor-in-chief of France Football as the organizer. And now, let's talk about the Club of the Year trophies. These trophies reward the best male and female clubs without distinction of championship. They are awarded based on several criteria to be considered in their entirety, such as the quality of play, titles won, memorable victories, results exceeding expectations, respect, and fair play. The trophies are awarded by an international jury of specialized journalists, the men's Ballon d'Or jury for the male club, and the women's Ballon d'Or jury for the female club. Each juror selects 1 club from a list of nominees established by the editorial staff of France Football. Members of the editorial staff of L'Equipe, the best juror from the previous edition, and UEFA ambassadors Luis Figo for the male club and Nadine Kessler for the female club. The trophy is awarded to the club most frequently mentioned. In case of a tie, the clubs are separated by the number of players nominated in the Ballon d'Or list. Any dispute is decided by the editor-in-chief of France Football as the organizer. And now, you may wonder, how did the trophies get their names? The Copa, Yashin, and Gerd Muller trophies are all named after deceased past laureates of Ballon d'Or. Introduced in 2018, the Copa trophy was named after Raymond Kopa, the first French to win the Ballon d'Or in 1958. The Yashin Trophy for goalkeepers was introduced in 2019 to shed more light on a decisive role that only had 1 Ballon d'Or laureate since 1956. The trophy was naturally named after Lev Yashin, the only goalkeeper to win the Ballon d'Or to date in 1963. The Gerd Muller Trophy, introduced in 2021 as a Striker of the Year, was renamed in 2022 in honor of Bayern and West German striker Gerd Muller, who won 1970 Ballon d'Or. The Socrates Award is not a trophy but an award not based on sport performance, and was not named after a former Ballon d'Or laureate, but after the Brazil and Corinthians captain Socrates, who led the Corinthians revolution in 1983. Under the agreement, 2 new awards have been added to the program, a men's and women's coach of the year, which will recognize the invaluable contribution of coaches to the success on the pitch. And while ending, you may wonder how UEFA became involved with the Ballon d'Or. When did UEFA become involved with the Ballon d'Or? On the 3rd November 2023, UEFA and Groupe Amaury, owner of media companies France Football and L'Equipe, announced a partnership to co-organize the Ballon d'Or from 2024. Together, UEFA and Group Amaury aim to enhance the stature and global reach of the awards while fostering a sense of unity and collaboration within the football community. As part of the agreement, Group Amaury remains the owner of the Ballon d'Or brand and will continue to oversee the voting system, which will remain unchanged and independent. UEFA contributes its football expertise, markets the global commercial rights, and organizes the annual awards gala. Under the agreement, 2 new awards have been added to the program: a Men's and Women's Coach of the Year, which will recognize the invaluable contribution of coaches to the success on the pitch. And ladies and gentlemen, to keep in touch with us is to subscribe, and do not forget to like, of course sharing your ideas through the comment section, and of course sharing to the others. See you next time. God bless you.